So a very big birthday coming up, Justin. Justin Courtney here, a great friend here at ONU, Director of Residence Life and Career Services and many, many things here at ONU. But special birthday for one Brandon Paul.
If you will.
17 years old tomorrow, hard to believe, right?
Right? It's crazy.
17 years old. But I think we'll just reminisce a couple little stories and we'll try to keep this moving. And he's going to refute these and say they're not true, but these are verified.
They're facts, Bamsy.
Why don't you go first with one of your favorites?
So my favorite is the very first time that you and Tanya decided to have Tabby and I over for dinner, and we were going to all watch a movie, and we were there, and Brandon was a little over a year. He was upstairs already asleep, so we didn't really interact with him. And as we were getting ready to leave, we were standing at the bottom of the staircase by the door, and all of a sudden we hear, "Mom! Mom!" I was like, who in the world? And it was
what
like,
is that?
Can you hear me down there? And I was like, is there? And you guys are kind of sitting there. He was like, I'm hungry. Bring me drink. And that was how he left it. It was hungry. Bring me drink.
Bring me drink.
I was more startled because I thought you guys had abducted Joe Pesci, but it turns out that
it's a Joe Pesci in a year and a half old body.
He sounded like Joe Pesci. Mom, I'm hungry. So that's my favorite.
Oh, that's a good one. The food does take me to a good one for me. We're driving through Lima. I don't know where we're going, to the mall or something. Drive by old Pat's Donuts. And I'm going to say he's, I don't know, 4 or 5 years old, somewhere in there. And he sees the donuts. I want donuts. I'm like, no, we're not getting donuts. We have somewhere to go. We got to go here. I want donuts. So it went on 3 or 4 times. And then he decided at that point he was going to refer to himself in the third person. And he belted out, "Bammy, live on donuts." So he gave himself his own nickname, Bammy, instead of Brandon, which he says that I start calling that. He didn't like it. Not only to give himself a nickname, he referred to himself in the third person, and he made sure I understood that he lived on donuts.
Yeah. Well, and while we're telling embarrassing food stories, I recall going to a steakhouse with you guys, and Tanya was saying she wanted you because they were running through the restaurant, and Brandon in particular was running. That was back when he enjoyed that. And he's running, and Tanya was like, "I need you to take them to the restroom, Dean." And he was like, "They went before we left." And she's like, "Take him to the restroom." Tana's hind end. So that happened. And afterward, we decided to stop at Meijer and grab some stuff. And at that point, Brandon had an accident in his pants. And yep, he did. And so on the way home, he was like, "I can't sit on my butt hurts." And I remember he stood in the car holding onto the back of the seat rest. So he's like reverse on the back of the seat rest. Airing out for all of us to enjoy from Finley.
Oh, yeah. Just an enjoyable drive home from Finley. I think that was a nice 30-minute drive home.
Yeah. Went from steak to the aromatic pleasures of fecal. And I thought that was a true joy.
He's going to say that's not true, but there's definitely a vivid truth for that. When I think about that one, I also remember one time, this was not embarrassing, just kind of clutch. Like he just came through in the clutch. We were at Disneyland. We were at Disney, and a long day walking around. As everybody's had a long day walking around. I was like, "Hey, who has some powder?" I'll always use some powder after a long day walking around in the heat and all that. And I was like, "Bryce, you have any powder?" Nobody has any powder. I was like, "Brandon, you have any powder?" He goes, "I've been carrying powder in my backpack since I was in 6th." This is at the time he's like in 3rd grade or something. Like, what are you kidding me? I don't go anywhere without powder. So there he came through. He came through in the clutch without a doubt. So
when my other favorite, and this will be my last story with Brandon. I could tell many, but my other favorite, other than him being like, I took his jokes, is and that's a whole other. I'll leave that one for Tanya. But I remember we were at your guys' house for like a cookout or something, and we were hanging out afterward, and we finally talked Tanya into watching a scary movie. And she's like, "I just finally got to where I can like breathe and like go outside again." And I was like, right. And just in that moment, Brandon comes walking by and he's like, "I go outside sometimes." Do you remember that? And we're all like, and I just like froze. I had goosebumps all up my arms. And I was like, what? And I was ready to go home. Like, but it was just, "I go outside sometimes."
What is up with this kid?
Yeah, a lot of personalities, a lot of personalities.
Oh, and if we had your mom on here, Mary, she would have more. She watched Brandon for a while, and
Oh yeah.
she's a big fan of some of his nonsense. But
Oh yeah.
I,
Well, and she would defend it. She would defend it.
she
She'd be like,
would. Oh,
"Why
Brandon,
Brandon never did that? You leave Bamsy alone. Come here, boy. I love
Bamsy, I love you, you big.
you."
No doubt. But I do have to bust his chops about one last one.
Uh-huh.
Baseball. Coached this one before, and it's a classic in my opinion. We're playing baseball. Bryce is obviously 2 years older, and Brandon's on the team pretty much, because Bryce is on the team, and he's he's not the best, but he's trying, and he's decent. He can hit the ball decent, but we noticed he wants to switch hit. And I mean, normally, at whatever 5, 6 years old, somebody doesn't switch. He's not a switch hitter. And then what we figured out was his desire to be a switch hitter was all based on what dugout we were in. So if we were on the first base side, he didn't want to walk the extra 2 steps across the plate to the other. He just wanted to stay in the batter's box and hit left-handed. If we were on the third base side, he would just save those 2 steps like a future offensive lineman and just stay in there and bat right-handed. So I've never seen anything like that ever before in my life, where your switch hitting is
Right.
based on what dugout you're in.
The bottom line is, Brandon, we're letting you know you are hashtag life goals, right? You're your own man, and we love you for it, brother. Happy birthday.
Exactly.
Happy
He is
birthday to you. So that's awesome.
definitely his own man. He is one of a kind, and we love you, buddy. Happy birthday.
All right. Bye.